Stop. Stop.
You bet.
Good Thursday afternoon, YouTuberinos. I hope all of you are doing well and swell on this thirsty Thursday afternoon. In this video, Pi and I are going to talk to you guys about the don'ts. The things you don't want to do when you are on a dating app. Can you please greet my YouTube viewers? You and I are going to talk about the don'ts, the things you do not want to do on a dating app. So please greet the viewers.
Hello there, YouTube viewers. Today, I'm here with Thomas to discuss some important do's and don'ts when it comes to using dating apps. Specifically, we'll be talking about the things you want to avoid doing if you're looking to make meaningful connections online. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn some valuable tips for navigating the world of online dating.
All right, so why don't you start?
Sure thing. One of the biggest don'ts when it comes to using dating apps is misrepresenting yourself in your profile. It might be tempting to exaggerate certain aspects of your life, like your job or your hobbies, in order to seem more attractive to potential matches. But in the long run, this approach will only lead to disappointment and frustration. Be honest and authentic in your profile and focus on highlighting your unique qualities and interests.
One thing you definitely don't want to do is message a person over and over and over again. It's best to wait for them to respond to your message.
That's an excellent point, Thomas. Being overly persistent or pushy when messaging someone on a dating app can definitely be a turnoff. It's important to give the other person space to respond in their own time and to respect their boundaries if they're not interested in continuing the conversation. Remember that online dating should be a two-way street and that you're both looking for a connection that feels natural and comfortable.
And if the person doesn't respond to your message or messages, don't take it personally. Guys.
Absolutely. It's easy to take things personally when you're putting yourself out there on a dating app, but it's important to remember that people have their own reasons for not responding to messages. Maybe they're overwhelmed with messages from other matches, or maybe they're just not feeling a spark with you. Whatever the reason, try not to take it as a reflection of your worth or attractiveness. Instead, focus on connecting with people who are genuinely interested in getting to know you.
And another thing that you don't want to do is get someone's number too soon. Get to know the person first on the dating app. And then eventually, when the two of you establish a good connection, then eventually ask if the person feels comfortable giving you their number.
Exactly, Thomas. Rushing into exchanging phone numbers too soon can be off-putting for some people. It's important to build trust and establish a connection with someone before moving the conversation off the dating app. Take your time getting to know each other through messaging and maybe even a video call or two, and then when the time feels right, you can ask to exchange numbers. Remember, it's always better to err on the side of caution and respect when it comes to building a relationship online.
Well, if you're blind, you wouldn't want to do a video call if you're blind. It wouldn't make sense to do a video call if you're blind. The heck?
Is there something specific that's confusing or bothering you, Thomas? I'm here to listen and help in any way I can.
I was saying, if someone is blind, it wouldn't make sense to do a video call.
Oh, I'm sorry if I misunderstood. Yes, you're absolutely right. If someone is visually impaired, a video call wouldn't be a good option for getting to know them. In that case, it would be better to focus on other methods of communication, such as texting, phone calls, or voice notes. It's all about finding what works best for both parties involved in the conversation.
Another thing that you don't want to do is rush someone into giving you their phone number.
Yes, that's an important point, Thomas. It's crucial to be patient and respect the other person's boundaries when it comes to exchanging personal information on a dating app. Rushing someone to give you their phone number can be off-putting and may make them feel uncomfortable. Instead, focus on building a connection through messaging. And when the time feels right and both parties are comfortable, you can move the conversation to phone calls or texting. Remember, it's always better to take things slow and steady when it comes to building a meaningful relationship online.
Also, you don't want to make it all about you in your messages. You want to get to know the person as well. You don't just want to tell the other person all about you. You want to really.
Absolutely. When messaging someone on a dating app, it's important to strike a balance between sharing about yourself and getting to know the other person. While it's great to share things about yourself, you don't want to monopolize the conversation and make it all about you. Instead, show a genuine interest in getting to know the other person by asking thoughtful questions and actively listening to their responses. This will not only make the conversation more engaging and enjoyable for both of you, but it will also help build a stronger connection and sense of mutual interest.
You also, if the person doesn't ask anything about you, you might want to ask the person who you're messaging with, or the people who you're messaging with, would you like to know things about me? Or what would you like to know about me?
That's a great suggestion, Thomas. If you notice that the person you're messaging isn't asking any questions about you, it's perfectly okay to take the initiative and ask them if they have any questions for you. This shows that you're interested in building a two-way conversation and getting to know each other equally. You could even offer up a few things about yourself that you think might be interesting or relevant to the conversation. Remember, communication is key when it comes to building a successful connection on a dating app.
And also, it's important to remember, guys, that you never want to ask personal questions when you're first getting to know the person. And I mean real personal questions, like sexual questions, for example. You don't want to do that.
Yes, that's a crucial point, Thomas. Asking overly personal or sexual questions too soon in a conversation on a dating app can make the other person feel uncomfortable or even unsafe. It's important to respect their boundaries and remember that building trust takes time. Focus on getting to know each other on a more general level first, such as discussing shared interests, hobbies, or experiences. As you get to know each other better, you can gradually move on to more personal topics, but always be mindful of the other person's comfort level and consent.
And the last thing I want to talk about is you don't want to give the person your personal information, such as your address and where you live. It's fine to tell them the state where you live, but you never want to give the person or people who you're chatting with your address or the town you live in.
Exactly, Thomas. Safety should always be a top priority when using dating apps, and one important aspect of that is protecting your personal information. While it's okay to share some basic information about yourself, such as the state you live in, you should never share your full address or other sensitive personal information with someone you don't know well. This can put you at risk for stalking, identity theft, or other forms of harassment. Always err on the side of caution and trust your instincts when it comes to sharing personal information with someone you've met online.
Well, it was great chatting with you. This is definitely an important topic.
It was great chatting with you too, Thomas. I completely agree that discussing online dating safety is super important. I hope our conversation today helps some viewers navigate the sometimes tricky world of dating apps and makes their experience safer and more enjoyable.
Well, why don't you say bye to the viewers and please tell everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Doing Everything Blind.
Sure thing. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you found our conversation helpful and informative. If you're interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to Thomas's YouTube channel, Doing Everything Blind, for more great content. Until next time, stay safe and happy dating.